Yeah, I was trying to ride it down too. I was hoping that it'd go up to
What?
95. So
Oh, I know. So I entered with two small puts. No, one small put.
the song to ride it down.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that was wise. That was wise.
All right, guys. This here, this is the candle that like really like I didn't like. This candle here, you see how this wick went? And then this is when I filled out over here. But then the next day it did this. And remember, guys, and this is something that still like I have to work through too. And this has happened to me a lot. Remember how I'll tell you guys it does a big dip before it goes?
Yeah.
And this is, I mean, yeah, I always say this, but it always happens. And this is something we got to condition our mind too, because that big dip, it stops a lot of traders out. And not only does it stop a lot of traders out, it also creates that fear. But as you can see, Walmart did it too. They dipped down. This is a new low. This was 157.9. And you can see they've been holding.
Yeah.
This low here is 158.4. This is the low of this is the stop out, 157.97. That's a low compared to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. And then you hit that new low before you went high, but I don't think it's gonna, because I don't think it's gonna go lower than 159.45. I mean, if it does go back all the way down, at least to closer to 158, then maybe it would be a good opportunity. But I kind of think this is gonna hold here.
Right.
Yeah, because they're even looking bullish here.
Yeah.
Here. I mean, taking it here to 172, but the only problem is if they start ranging down now and you try to take it up here, you're going to be, when you're down here, you're going to be in the red.
Right.
If it comes back down to support. Which is around this area. Here. But I got a feeling they're going to hold this 200. And Meg can see they just broke above it. I have a feeling that this would be your next support here, which is that 160. There. Wait a second, guys. Let me. All right. And yesterday, I know I was in here late, guys, but when we were in SPY yesterday, when we was going over at pre-market, I talked about how, because we were down here pre-market and, I said, if we get up around this range over here in this area, between like 450, if we can get 450, because it was at the 200 MA, because the 200 MA is now acting as resistance, this was going to be a entry for us.
Right.
Or puts, because remember when we came down this low, we knew that we had to come up a little bit because we fell so far down, but 450 would have been your next area to get in, because now you fell below the 200 MA, so it's acting as resistance. It was acting as resistance here too. You can see where they did this high. This is where I got stopped out over here on my first contracts, but this high here at 452, it took it and dipped, so then it created a lower high, and now it's dipping again. So now this is where we are pre-market. So we hit a low of 446. So again, I'm seeing that we want to head down to 443.
Yeah.
But of course, this is going to be a barrier right here, because this 446 is a pretty tough resistance area. This is a pretty tough resistance area, I feel. But now our new, all right, so let's remove here our new resistance. It could possibly range here, because even if it does range, it's going to create a bearish flag, but it depends on how heavy the bears come in, because right now we're pretty bearish. We don't have any, there's no strength here right now. You can see even the 1 hour pointing down, the 4 hour, it has no patterns that's showing me that we want to turn. we're below the 200 MA on the 30-minute, the 1 hour, and of course, all the lower time frames. And then you can look here at the daily. We got this here, but we're still, yeah, we're still ranging here. And this is a bearish flag. Like you'll see here, that's your pole right there. And even if we range, if we hold 446, that'll be your flag until it breaks it. But like I said, even on the higher time frames, 446 isn't as strong as 443. So if we break today, I'm not surprised because 446 isn't a strong support. Not when you get here to these time frames here. 443 is going to be the strongest support here. And this is kind of what I've been like looking at. So you can see 446 is right here. So 446 is just what we've been holding here, but this was your breakout over here. So that's why I feel like this support is way stronger, because this here is 446. We tipped it, and you can even see we opened up pretty low on Monday compared to where we opened up the previous week. So this is the 446 area. This is the 443 area. So I feel like the 443 area is a way stronger support here right now. And if we don't hold this 443, which there'll probably be a lot of tug of war here at 443, then your next move down is about 430. And you can see we're even like overbought here on the weekly. Let's look at it on a monthly. So yeah, I mean, monthly you can't really see too much right now because this candles hasn't been completed, but you can kind of see through the weekly because the last week's candle here, which did complete, that was a lot of selling there. And we're still low. We're still low right now. If we fall back, if we fall through this 446, it's free fall. Free fall. I mean, there's no floor except 443. And if you fall past this 446, you're losing your 200 MA on the 4 hour. So that's gonna be a fall. And you can see here, even there was when it passed this 443 area, it went right up. So if it falls below this 446, I feel like it's gonna be a free fall down. Same thing with Apple. Like we lost the 4 hour on Apple. That's why I like Apple right now. We lost the 4 hour here on Apple, the 200 MA. So remember the 200 MA is acting, it can be a barrier as support, but right now it's acting as resistance. And you can see Microsoft, it's the same thing with their patterns, very bearish. 1 hour, very bearish. That's a double top pointing down below 50. Last low was 325. We're coming up on a new low here. And we even talked about the way it looked on the monthly, like now Microsoft, to me, that's a nice, because the candle, this is this month's candle, but this was last month. So when the candle has completed its formation, it can tell you a lot. So last month, this big old wick showed me that sellers were here and that this is a potential reversal candle. Then this month we opened up lower. So if we fall below this level here, which is what we're trying to hold, it's at 325. Well, 325 is here. So you can even see we're opening up here a little lower. Let's take a look at it on the weekly. So yeah, 325 is, yep, it's down here, like up in this area here. So you can see we're trending lower. We're trending lower with Microsoft. Now, 329 is their new resistance, which is way back up here, 329. But there's no real volume here. They could hold this one as support and range back up, but 329 is the resistance, but you can see even here on the 15-minute, it's right here at the 200 MA. Because the 200 and they're below the 200 MA on every single time frame now. Every single time frame they're below the 200 MA, which signals weakness. And you can even see how they're trending lows here. All right. Yeah, it's crazy. Let's look at Apple. Damn. Hold on, this wasn't 177 was our target. Right here. Oh no, that was 173. But they're heading there, guys. This was our target on Apple. It's coming around where we have our support. This was the entry. It could have either went this way or this way, and it went down, which is what I thought it would probably do just because of how high it was, and I knew that we were at resistance. Y'all see those calculations? Remember I told you the calculations between support and resistance from previous price action, how it almost matched it? It went what, like $4 more before it hit?
Yeah.
But it was still close to that target area before it started heading down. So was SPY, because what we had SPY, what, 454?
Yeah.
It went all the way to 460 before it dropped. And sometimes you may go a little higher before you go down, but you know, you're kind of if you're close with that price range, yeah.
Well, you did say that. You had said you had it at 456, and then you said it could touch 460.
Before it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it did exactly that.
Yeah. The one thing is I have a good analyst. I mean, like, I'm good at analyzing, but what I have to be more patient in is, and this is all of us, you know, this is not just me, this is traders everywhere, is having faith in your
levels.
Yeah, having faith in your levels, and also having faith in your in what you see.
Trades.
Because
allowing for time and allowing for time to play out. Yeah.
Say that again.
And allowing for time to play for it to play out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes like we can have our strategies in place, but because of the psychological warfare,
yes,
yeah, you could start doubting yourself, right? You can start doubting what you analyze. I'm like, okay, no. And I think for me, what I have to work on is like, because with Walmart, guys, y'all know I didn't get stopped out of Walmart. I sold out on Walmart.
Yeah, I know.
And with that with the lesson for me with that is just let my stop do its job.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to be in the negative, you know. I'm like, I might as well get out now while I'm still up, because I was up $30, and for me it was like I'd rather break even than take a loss.
Yeah.
But if I would have allowed my stop to just do its job, I would have never got stopped out, because my stop was at one. I had changed it to, because at first it was at 153. As we started moving up, I had changed my stop to 155.
Yeah.
So it never even hit 155.
No.
Before it started.
And you could have gotten out at 161 if you wanted, you know, and you would have been.
I would have been in profit.
So much better.
But you know, we didn't know. You know what I mean? It was gonna like take off, like, huh?
I think with our stocks, we have to calculate. Well, I guess we know that, but we have to calculate like what amount of how much in the negative are we willing to go? Dollar value, right? So you have that in your head, you be like, oh, you put that aside. So when you start watching your account go down, that's what creates the you know, that's what creates the word I'm looking for. Hesitancy.
She was still in profit though.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I was
still,
still in profit. But he's saying I could have let it go down a little bit more.
yeah.
And
Like
been
in your
into the
mind,
time
if
with
you
that
know
if
that
I would have
rate.
set up. Well, the problem is, y'all, I got 3 contracts in Walmart. And it's like, yeah, it was 3 contracts. So I had, and I went far out, guys. So it was the amount of money I put in the contracts too. I just, what I was thinking with Walmart is if they reject the 160, what if it falls overnight?
Right.
You know, what if you get this big gap overnight because it rejects that 160? But that's fear.
But see how I played it, because remember, I came in and out of Walmart like 3 or 4 times, because once I noticed the trend it was doing, because if you notice what it was doing, it was going to the high and then it was pulling back because there was so much fighting. So what I did, I was taking my profits and then coming back in lower.
That was a good little, yeah, that was a good strategy you had there. And even here you can see, and at the end of the day, this is 156.87. My stop was right below it because I said we can't go lower than the previous month.
Right.
Lower than the previous month's low, which was 153.18. So that's why I push it up to here to the 155. But here now I could have, if I was still in it, I could have pushed my stop up here now to like 156-ish. And then allowed it to keep going. So nothing past one, especially since we broke that 160. But we'll see if it can hold though. I mean, we are holding so far pre-market, and we do got some bullish momentum, but also on the flip side, guys, there's some bearish momentum in SPY. But again, I did feel that we would still keep going in Walmart, even if we pull back in SPY. So we'll just let it play out. We'll still watch it and let it play out, because even if you just let it play out, you can still learn from this. You know,
But you know what I learned too as well. Like when I'm trying to get an entry in, it's hard to get that perfect entry.
Yeah.
Right. And I realized that, you don't have, you could I don't want to say dollar cost average an entry, but you could dollar cost average an entry, right? You could say, well, hey, my first entry is going to be this, and if it continues to go up, I want to get a put, right? Let's say I want to get a put.
That's what I do
on ZOM, right? And ZOM, but I want to get a put at 109, right? On the XOM. And you say, hey, I get one contract at 108, in case of change comes around, and then get another one at 108.50, and then another one at the target, at your target, or even above the target, right? Sometimes I have to remind myself that you don't have to get all the contracts at once.
That's what I do. I never get all the contract. I dollar average in, like when it comes to a certain, I just want to get my foot in, because I don't know if it's going to just run.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So then I get a good average.
But I got to write these things down.
And that's good too. And for me, I'm more of a shedder. So like, once it hits, so having like, 2 targets is good. So once if you can get it in at the top, then you get in, and then as you hit your first target, you sell a contract. But then once it goes back to resistance, because you know how it goes from support to resistance, so you can always like get back in once it gets back at the top, if you're at puts. Or if it starts breaking out of your target, then you can, like you said, get a few more contracts.
Yeah, look at ZOM point way down.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, because and the thing about those freaking, when you start going out, your contracts cost a lot more, so you're putting more at risk. So it's like it forces you to be more strategic too.
Careful.
More careful. Yeah, it's one thing to have $100 contract versus a $2,100 contract.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I agree too.
You gotta be a little more cautious. I mean, but with big risk is big reward, at the same time.
Yes.
But also the good thing about going further out is the volatility isn't as strong. So a $2 move on $100 contract could be a 50% versus a $2 move on going out 8-9 months could be 1 or 2%. So that's kind of what you're trading off on, which is easier, for you to go down, have more of a gap. When you're higher out versus, when you're only doing weekly contracts.
So you think ZOM would go to 103 today?
I don't know, but they're looking a little bearish here, but they're right here at the 200 MA.
Yeah, they might take a bump.
Support right here. Let's see where it's at on the 1 hour. Oh, they opened up below the 200 MA here on this one.
Yeah,
possibly 30 minutes. Yeah. They're
like they want to go back. Yeah,
they're a little bearish, but maybe 105.
Well, they had 105.65 now.
like 105.2, 105.09 would be your next area. If they don't hold it, then yeah, but you could see here they held it. They've been holding it, and they're
Yeah.
oversold. Last time they were here, they were.
But even that is good. Mhm.
Now they're at 14. So when they come here, yeah, they're gonna be
Hmm.
kind of like last time. Let me see. Yeah, they're oversold here,
Is that a big gap? What's that gap there?
right here, between
Mhm.
here and here.
Yeah. What's that?
106 to 107. That's a $1.
What's that about?
That's a big gap down last time.
Yeah, that
Tap
is.
down, yeah.
Yeah.
It must have closed. Where did it close at?
Imagine they coming back up to feel that.
Yeah, they closed at 107. So yeah, they just gapped down because they're at 105 now. 105.6. So yeah, they gapped. This is where they
They
closed
might
at.
come back up to feel that. When they reach support.
This reminds me of Walmart.
I know, right?
in a smaller view though, like on a daily time frame versus the monthly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so 105.6. This is, yeah, they're down below. Let's see, 200 MA is at 105.6. They're 105. They're right at the 200 MA.
Yeah, that's why it stalled. It stopped right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right at the 200 MA on the daily. Yeah. Goodness, it's crazy. And then
And now all the stocks.
where else?
The 200 MA, is it 107.17? No.
Oh, Netflix is holding that 200 MA, boy.
Mm.
Yeah, they holding it. Where they are right now, 435.87. See what they look like on the daily. Eesh, that was they got a little bit of bullish sentiment with them.
Yeah.
That's a
Huh.
that's a bullish candle right
Yeah.
there. All this buying pressure,
Like
right?
a hammer.
Closing above, yeah, closing above the support, which was
Everything is coming down and Amazon is still running.
they hit a high of 441, 436.14.
Scheduling.
Okay, that's a little bearish. I don't know. They may come back down to the support 425. Which is right here. This is a good entry for Netflix. If they fall back down here. I'm not messing with Netflix though, but back in this area here. See what they look like on the monthly. This could be your continuation or your doji. Or 400, even if they come back down to 400, that would be good. All right, so yeah, guys, that's kind of where we're at right now. We got a little bit of bearish momentum pre-market though. I'm seeing it with a lot of stocks. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, bearish momentum with Tesla too. And that's what I like to see. If I see bearish momentum with SPY, I want to kind of see it across the board. Damn, Tesla's got bearish momentum with them, even on the daily. Let's see about the weekly. Yeah. Next support for them is 227.
Wow.
242. 227 on the weekly. And they're below the 200 MA too.
Oh my God.
This is their support right here.
Everything is bearish. Are there any catalysts, Lundell? I know we have PPI and CPI later down.
Well, I'm looking at this falling wedge on SPY.
Wedge. Share it with us.
Let me show
Can you
you.
share?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I want to see that. I'm inspired right now. Let me see what you're looking at.
Enable share.
Desiree is gonna be happy after the bell.
Been able to share it. If they're disabled, I can't share.
Mm. I'll be happy if we go all the way down to 430.
I know. Man, can you carry those contracts, Desiree? But that would be nice. And then it will be lots of buying opportunities to come
Yeah,
in.
because both my entries were around 450 too. I can give you a little
Oh,
20.
really? Oh, nice. So right now you have like a $3 move, and if it goes down to
If it drops past 446, yeah, it's gonna be a little nice.
ooh, yeah.
Nice low.
Right?
What's this?
You feel this is SPY.
Where we at? What chart is this? What time frame?
This is SPY on the hourly,
Hourly, okay.
and you can see it's creating this falling wedge here,
Mm,
coming down, potential double bottom. And this is the breakout target of the falling wedge up here, back up here.
back 458. So it's bullish.
Yeah,
Look on the 4-hour and see if it's bearish or bullish.
Mm.
so this is the gap here this morning, this red gap.
What's the target?
It doesn't show a pattern on this, on the 4-hour. The patterns are showing more on the smaller time frame.
See if it see if it shows it to you on the hour the daily. No,
Daily,
no
Yeah.
target there either.
it had a breakout over here on the daily. Earlier, but on the daily,
Mm.
this is the daily.
Yeah, because on the hourly, SPY could still go range from 446 to 450. Because remember, 450 is that is where the 200 MA is acting as resistance on the hourly. Yeah, because it's below it right now. So if it don't fall right below that 446, then you'll go back up to the resistance until you make a move up or down. But at this point, you know, it feels more bearish sentiment to me. I mean, if we lose 446, then yeah, 443 is heading down, and there's no floor. From 446 to 443, there's no floor. So you guys will probably see the fall. You'll feel it. Because look, even prior, you don't even see any price. Well, you're on the daily, but it's not much going on until you get to 443. You see
Yeah,
that little gap right there to there. There's not
Mhm.
much price action there until
Yeah.
you get the 443. Yeah.
yeah, but see how I was looking at Microsoft too. You can see how on the 5-minute, but on the daily, I was looking at Microsoft on the daily. And you can see how it kind of broke out of this.
Yeah, they're bearish too on the daily. You got a bearish target. But I'm looking at that flag on the weekly. Go to the weekly. That's really what caught my attention with Microsoft. That last month's candle, yeah. And then this month's candle confirmed it because it opened up lower. That's the weekly. Go to the monthly. My bad, sorry. I did say go to the weekly. I meant monthly. See that candle last in July's candle?
This one here.
Yep, and you see how we created that wick, and then look at August candle and look how it opened up lower than last month's close.
Yeah.
Which that one in July is showing me that's a reversal at resistance. That's a reversal candle at a very tough resistance with more buying pressure. And then the next month we opened up lower. And we have so much room to go down with Microsoft.
Yes.
Because of, you know, they had a pretty good move. And if we even hit to what, 3, what's that marker? 3, go to 318, I think that is. What is that, 3?
318 here.
Going down, nope, down in the bottom. What's 318? Yeah, that's 318 right there. Now go down to the next white line.
Oh, these were my these were my alerts.
Oh, that's alerts that you set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the white were alerts.
Let's see what I have here with Microsoft. Let's see, monthly. Yeah, I got here. It could go as low as 318. 318 is the 318. That alert that you have is a pretty much one of the bottom of that flag.
Yeah, and that
On
was
the,
a that was a buy alert when we were moving up for me.
What happened? Why didn't you buy it?
I did. I wrote it up. That's when. Yeah.
Oh, you did. You wrote it up. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even with Microsoft, because I have more confirmation with Microsoft because of July's candle. See, right now in the rest of them, like even go to SPY, and like SPY, we don't really have that same confirmation on the monthly chart. Like if you go to the monthly chart with SPY, you see how you only have that one candle. See, with Microsoft, we had July's candle that was telling us, you know, the story. With for SPY and July's candle, you could see they opened up low and they closed higher. Microsoft really gave us more clarity. That's why I'm a little more confident with Microsoft. But Microsoft also is a driver. A SPY, you know, they're one of the drivers with SPY. So if they're coming down and they're pulling back, it can drive SPY down too. And with Apple falling like that, technology is huge. So technology can pull the market down. So you look at all of those areas. That's why I like to look at a lot of different stocks, even if I'm not trading them, because I kind of want to see everything, you know, the same. Let's see what does Amazon look like right now?
Amazon. Amazon. How you know I got Amazon up?
I can see it. I can see all I can see all the ones you're looking at right now. Let's see, what is this? This is the daily with Amazon.
Daily with Amazon, yeah. See how it look at gap up. This is the on earnings, right? And then it came back down to touch the gap, and now look.
Their resistance with Amazon, shoot, they just passed that resistance of 142. Their next resistance, I don't know, Amazon looks a little healthy still. Let me see. You got about 150 on Amazon for resistance.
For resistance?
Yeah, let me look at the they're above the 200 MA too. Oof. The one for this is a resistance area too, but
this is a flag on Amazon. What is this? A flag?
Yeah, I see it. No, this is a flag on Amazon right here. But look at I told you they just passed the 200 MA on the daily too. I don't know. They're looking a little juicy. They're looking a little
bullish pennant.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's gonna bounce off of this
Mm-hmm.
and run. And if it runs, the target is
I see about 150.
the target is
58.
159. 159.19.
Oh, it's going to the I see where its target is. It's at the top. Okay, yeah, there. Damn. Was this overnight? They went from oh no, this was
the earnings. This bullish pennant. This one had a target of 146, right? This bullish engulfing candle. Right. The target for this one is 146.10.
And it hit 143.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know. Amazon looks pretty good. Like the fact that they passed on the the weekly? They passed the 200 MA on the weekly. They're way past the 200 MA on the daily though. I can see about 150. You know, taking it to about 150 possibly.
Yeah.
Even on the monthly, they still look really good.
Yeah, you just gotta look for the turn in SPY.
Yeah, when SPY goes,
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon's probably going to be touching that resistance point.
Yep.
But yeah, let me see. But yeah, so this is SPY right here, guys. So that's what I said. Even if they trend between these two levels, I can see it. But most likely, what's going to happen is they're going to create lower highs. I mean, lower lows, lower lows. So yes, so the day before when I got stopped out, it was here. It hit this high of 452. Then yesterday it hit a high of 451. And then if they come back up, you're probably looking around like 449-ish, until they break either above or below. And right now they're below the 200 MA. So they got a little tough spot.
You know what's funny is that keep the same screen right there. Hold on. Let me see if I can look at SPY again. The SPY. We were looking at it on the daily. I'm just comparing that pin bar. You see like how the pin bar
That 460, they got up there all the way to 460.
460
right here.
Yes, that. Yeah, 460.
That's a little. That's what I was telling them yesterday. This is a little suspect. So just make sure you have stops in place in case we get the bulls just coming in going crazy. But right now, I mean, you got to have a lot of volume in order to do that. And,
okay, let me show you something. Let me show you something. So you see that pin bar, right?
Let
me show my screen again. What is that? 460?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's also crazy. Enable sharing.
Hold on, let me get out of here first. All right, go ahead.
That was suspect. That's really, really, really suspect.
I guess that's right. Yeah, that's what happened. Remember, we seen that low and
what was the target of the fallen wedge? The target is
460.
which is what the pin bar hit.
460, yeah.
Yeah. The pin bar hit this exact same target. Wow. That is crazy.
460.
460.
But remember, that's based on pattern. Well, yeah, it's based on patterns too.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what price action is. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. And that's the bottom of the 200 MA on the 4-hour. If you go to the 4-hour chart, that 446 is right there at the 200 MA. So if they lose that 200 MA, that's a fail pattern. It'll fail it. It'll go down to the 443 if they lose it, but they got to hold the 200 MA on the 4-hour chart.
The 4-hour chart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found it interesting. Let me share it.
No, that's a good observation, because I seen that pin bar too yesterday. I was like, suspect. I don't like seeing these pin bars because it means that buyers pushed it all the way up. Sellers said nope, which could indicate buyers over here. So yeah. But I wouldn't be surprised if we consolidated, if we take it back up to resistance before we head back down to support again, if that's where we're heading. But yeah, we got to pay attention to these levels if we can't break. And remember, with the 1 hour though, it is below the 200 MA, and it is creating higher lows, lower, and even if we hit here, it would be lower. And we're bearish as of right now.
Right.
As of right now. But yeah, let me look at Walmart one more time. I need to stop looking at Walmart, but y'all keep bringing Walmart up in the chat. Y'all making me observe Walmart right now.
Well, shoot.
And I go Walmart.
Hey, Dawn.
Forget y'all.
Dawn just creep right in there.
Good morning, Don. But we're right here, guys. We're below this. We're 160.42. So here, this is the next support. If we lose the 159, we'll probably head back down, back to possible entry area again, if anybody's brave enough to take it. But yeah,
I have a put in Walmart.
Do you?
Yesterday I was gonna do that, but I actually have a call, so I'm waiting for it too.
Oh, this is funny. You have a call and Lindo has.
I have a couple calls actually.
Look. Ruthann has confidence Walmart's gonna break out.
That thing is,
Yep.
right?
And even if even if it's not a big break, you know me, Londell, I'm taking my money and running and coming back in every time.
It looks like
As long as it shows bullish.
it looks like it's gonna break, but Walmart earnings is on August 17th. So I'm thinking that if it breaks, it's gonna break on earnings.
Or either right before, because a lot of times you'll get that move prior
Right.
to the news. I think if it goes back down to 158, I'm gonna take another contract. I'm gonna take a contract, and if we can get low with Walmart again, because I don't want to take a contract closer to 160. Because if it rejects and it goes back down, then you're gonna be in the red. I don't like to be in the red. Like, I like to stay in the green. I know it's great. That's why if you can get it at the top, even if you get a little bit of red, I don't want to see too much red. Enough, just a little tiny bit of red. But that's the thing about trying to perfect your entries. So I think 160 right now is too high. It's too high. It needs to go back down to 158 again. I mean, if you catch the breakout above 160, but you even see it hit 161 and then freaking fell back down. So it wasn't really it created a new high, which is an indication that it wants to go up. But Walmart's slow too, guys. If y'all notice, let me show y'all. I kind of knew this when I even traded them. Like they move very. Look how long it took them. This was like 3 years ago, guys. I don't know what year. It doesn't say what year, but it's been 3 years that it was even consolidating in this crap right here. 3 years. It's a long time. Normally stocks will consolidate between 8 and 12 months. For Walmart, 3 years. So that just shows you how slow they are too. Like, how long they can consolidate before they even go.
So it should be a good break. If they take that long, you'd think when they run good. They run
good, yeah. So that's why we have first target at like 172. I think your chart showed target around like 212 or something. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Lindo?
For Walmart?
Yeah, for Walmart, when you did the
212 sounds good.
The target on Walmart, go ahead, share your screen and go to Walmart, because when we had yours, it was a bullish breakout on Walmart, but I think the target, I had 172. I think their target it might have been like closer to 200.
Yeah, so I was looking at this double top here on Walmart. You see this double top? It's kept catching a double top.
Yeah.
One top two, and then it has a target of for the double top 154.
That's on daily. I think it was on weekly. Go to your weekly. I think it did have a target on like either the weekly or monthly with Walmart, because we were looking at it.
Are you talking about this one?
Maybe, or the monthly. I don't remember. Maybe you have it was a target on it. There it is. Yeah. Oh, 210 or
205.
205. So I have target of 172.
It was this triangle or rectangle, sorry.
Yeah, that's the rectangle and that's the 3-year rectangle we've been consolidating in. That's what I was saying. It's been a long time. See, that's the midway is what, 2021, December 2021. Go all the way back over to the left because yours show the year. This was 2020. Yep, June of 2020. We're in August right now, so it's been consolidating in this rectangle for 3 years. So when the breakout comes though, and that's what I was looking at when I was, analyzing them, when the breakout comes, like it's a nice little breakout. Yeah, that's a nice little move once they decide to go. But like you said, I think they'll probably either break out pre-earnings or right around earnings.
Yeah, because I mean, it looks like it was gathering a lot of strength to break through, right? So I see why Ruth is taking the call.
Yep.
Did it look like a breakout? That was a lot of strength.
A lot of strength, right? But we're coming up on this.
Resistance.
On the tip of this rising red.
You said the earnings are 8/17.
Yeah, I see it here. Earnings. So
that's next week.
Yeah.
Next week, Thursday.
Thursday.
All righty then. It should be of interest.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I think, and that'd be good for a lotto trade too, guys.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. I wonder if it would be, what about past history? What do they normally do for earnings? Do they normally dip or run up? I mean, after on the day of the earnings.
the last earnings was on April 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
And what did they do on April 23rd? Hold on.
We might have to take a straddle.
Oh,
That
straddle.
is- That's actually probably a better idea to straddle just in case they reject.
Yeah, because you know they'll do both ways. They'll dip, they'll go up and dip, or dip and come up. So
But you gotta have a stop loss on both straddles and on both straddles. So that was
depending on how far you go out there.
April 23rd. What did they do?
RBC lifts price target on Walmart to 165 from 164.
On April, why is it always around earnings they do that?
Yeah, Amid boosts the physical Q2 earnings estimate to better reflect expense leverage, keeps outperforming rating.
Oh, they dipped on earnings
Oh,
in May.
in May, I
Yeah,
thought
well,
it was
they were
April.
probably at that 160 and rejected that price action area.
And they had a wow, you see earnings, they had a surprise beat. 11%.
Surprise. Oh, 11%.
By 11%. And
Yeah, that was in April though. Or were you looking at the May?
no, this
Thing?
is May. Yeah, sorry. The period ended in April, but the earnings date was
Oh, it was in May. It was
in May, right?
uh-huh.
And on that day, they actually had a beat and they came right back. They came down. Wow.
They came down and then they went right back. They had a breakout after.
Yeah, they came down, but yeah, they had a breakout. So
It
they
did just like on the day how it goes right up and come right back down.
come right back down. Wow, all the way
And then
down
kept
to
going down. And then it look how far it went up. Then they had a breakout.
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah. Wow.
When was that breakout? when was that breakout?
And right here,
Uh-huh.
this was one. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is that the daily?
This is the daily.
Okay, so that was like 8 days later, like a week later, they broke
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Interesting. 3 weeks contract. Okay.
So this is, would this be the breakout or would this be the breakout? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Think where your line is. Where's
They
that
never
line right
stopped.
there? Yeah, it looks like right about 152.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they never stopped on it because when they went down there, yeah, and they started going up, they never stopped. So as far as I'm concerned, that whole area, I want to catch that whole move.
You want to catch the whole move from the bottom? You trying to time the bottom?
Yeah. What number is that? So they went from 145.
145.
To that's 152 up there. Ooh, 157. That's $12.
But you know what? I'm looking at their so in July of 2022, they beat earnings every year. Like July 22, they beat. October 22, they beat earnings. January, they beat earnings. April, they beat earnings. I'm looking for their earnings per share.
Even here, they beat earnings. Wow, 12%, 2%.
Oh.
This is bad.
Another surprise. They always keep getting surprised.
What's their earnings? What's their EPS?
Earnings per share.
It's not showing the earnings per share there. I can probably see it on there. Let's see.
Oh wow. So they beat it here again. And they came down the next day. So they selling on good news. The history of selling on good news. Yeah.
1.32.
Oh.
1.69 is expected for earnings per share. So they have a good history. I'm looking because that's good to look at their history to look at, you know, they are increasing. (2021, 2022, 2023), that was good. That's during the pandemic too. Walmart actually didn't do too bad during the pandemic.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, they felt like everybody else, but like they were afloat. Which makes sense
Sure,
because
shoot.
people, yeah, like, yeah,
It was the quickest. Walmart is a one-stop shop. It's the
Yeah.
quickest thing to go.
got all your masks, your sanitizers,
Exactly. Plus your groceries.
your groceries, everything.
And now it's back to school.
now, Target, now, yep, this is back to normal. But, yeah, so they've been doing well. I don't know.
Ah, gone. I mean, sorry, Ruth, we could be. This would be an interesting day, but from the looks of it, pre-market be coming back up
What, Walmart's coming back up, huh?
a little bit, yeah.
Because let's see. I'm not afraid for Walmart. Yeah, 160.40. I'm not, because you know what? You notice how stubborn they are.
Are you sure they're at 160.40 right now?
I have
Yeah.
160.20.
I have one, or Robinhood has 160.40.
I have, are you looking in TOS? Because I got 160 point, this is 30, no, this is 20. Are you
Yeah,
looking
I'm looking at Robinhood.
Yeah. Either way, I don't know, guys. Well, if they get back down to 158, I might take another re-entry. I don't know if I want to take them this high. I mean, they could break out, but
I know,
they've been
right?
consolidating. Yeah, they've been consolidating for a little bit right now. But we're in the month of August. I mean, you want to see them
But
go
we
higher than last
know
month. So
earnings gotta affect them some way. It's like,
it's like I gotta take a strangle. They gotta go up or down.
yeah, it's gotta be some way.
Yeah. Well, to this morning, I just feel like it's more of kind of like there's not a lot of volume in the market, but we're at support
Right.
levels on like the hourly time frames and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if we had some momentum going up, but
Yep.
I don't know how long it'll last though.
I feel it might try for the 162.95 that Londale was talking about.
I hope not.
Why not?
I got puts. Come on.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. It's my fault against your puts.
I hope it give me my puts and give you your call.
Well, since it's already up there, how about it just go up and come down hard?
Let her get hers first, then you can have yours.
I know that.
Yeah, it'll fall down hard, man.
That's funny.
But,
All right, guys. Well, be careful in these markets. Just make sure you guys have your stops on because
Okay.
right now I think we're still in the decision-making process. But you know, at the end of the day, we just got to have our stops on, and as long as we control our losses, then that's all that matters.
Yep. No
Yeah.
cap today. I think we had an Apple MC member that already spoke at 8,
Ooh.
and so that's behind us.
Apple might be ready for some calls pretty soon.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, they've been going hard. They've been trending down low.
I want to do a call on Zoom, but I'm like, I don't want to catch. I want to catch
Where's
that.
Baba?
Yeah, that's kind of like that Walmart. You know, you take a call on Zoom, you're taking it.
I want Zoom. I'm not taking any calls.
Oh, they're at
Zoom
105.6.
until-
They're at that 200 MA. They might hold it.
What'd you say, Ruth?
I'm not taking any calls on Zoom until it goes down 103 or below.
103? You think it's gonna
Or
go on
below.
103?
Or below. If I'm more confident at 101, but
What? When last are you
for
serious?
the past few weeks, it's been kind of going up between 101 and 103, and then going back up to between 105 and 107. So I don't trust it, you know.
Long?
Yes. That's what I was like, what's going on?
That's because I could see you're taking that tip down low.
I see it. I mean, I have that. We charted that together, right?
Yeah, but remember, Zoom is my stock, so I've been playing it long before
Yeah.
we even charted it. That's why I came in a mix.
Mind you, I see the levels on let me share my screen. Let me know if this is off.
Because if you look at it, you will see how, you know, for the last few weeks it's been playing, man.
So this is on the daily,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
But I see what you're saying. This is the 103 here,
Right. And see how many exactly it's been doing a lot of that, huh?
right? And then it's going up. Oh,
Yeah.
That's why she said recently it hasn't, because it only touched that tip at like 102. It hasn't. So that's what Londell was looking at. It's this channel. You see how
Yeah.
it's creating higher lows?
right here.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
So
channel.
I'm waiting for that breakout. I had taken it from 107 to that breakout of 119, and it had gone a little higher than that. And then since then it's just been, you know, fooling around. So I'm kind of waiting to take it back up there too.
Oh wow.
That's where it's at that 200 MA. That's why I said, and that's actually too at the daily, the 200 MA, I think it was 105.6.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be because it's acting as support right now.
Right, exactly.
And it looks like it's bouncing off of it.
So I think it's gonna bounce off of it. It might, but then I don't know if it's gonna be, you know.
Yeah, because it's
Especially
been
with the
respecting
market like this.
It's been respecting this.
Yeah, it's 105.92 now. It bounced
Yeah.
up a bit, but will it stay? It did that yesterday and it still came down. So I mean, but not off of that support, but the support where it was yesterday.
I mean, it goes through it sometimes.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
like you say, it's under the 50.
yeah, I don't have too much confidence with it today going way up.
Okay.
Yeah, but once it gets above the 200 MA, typically, well, I don't know.
It was there before. It still came down. So we'll see. I'm watching it.
They are creating higher lows though.
Yeah. Oh, eventually I expect it to run off, but meanwhile, I'm just gonna benefit from the back and forth.
Yeah. That's good. That's your strategy too. You like to take the consolidation, which is not a bad, it's not a bad strategy, you know, because you're in and out, you're not staying.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, definitely not a bad strategy. All right, guys.
All righty.
Well,
let's
see how let's see how we roll today.
I know, right?
Seeing what we do.
Yeah.
All right,
Londell, keep us posted.
All right.
I hope you get free every morning, Ruth.
I know, me too. I'm like, dang, that's gonna be a bummer.
All right.
Bye, guys.